Yep.
Sean Wadsworth calling the October 13th Albany Planning Board meeting to order at 6:32 PM. In attendance, myself, Chair, to my right,
Amalia Torres,
alternate.
alternate.
Morris West, Vice Chair.
Thank you.
Jim Drone?
Select representative.
Selectman, yeah.
Brian Bailey.
Thank you. And Curtis Coleman is excused. All right. Just a touch behind here. We have minutes of, oh my, do we really not do this? July 14th, August 11th, do we really not do this? I'll look back. We did approve those. Sorry, that's a bad typo on my part. So all we have are then September 8th minutes. The minutes of September the 8th are what is on the agenda for approval. Everyone received it? Reviewed it? Oh, 4 minutes, sorry. Molly, I'm going to appoint you as a voting member for the meeting. So last month, in attendance were myself, Jim, Curtis, and Brian, and Amalia. Morris, you were not here. All right. Has everyone read and reviewed the minutes?
Yep.
Anybody want
Motion to approve.
to? Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you. Motion carries. All right, we did have on the agenda a subdivision, but I don't see a representative here for the subdivision, so that's tabled unless they show up. So it's basically select board report, budget review, considering changing our meeting time, and then ordinance stuff.
Yeah. When we started the selectmen, it was 5:30 and we moved it to 4:30. Speaking for myself, it's much easier to go from work to here and then home and settle in rather than going home and jumping back out again, so. That was why I mentioned
An
it.
inconvenient dinner, like I was making dinner, I have to go,
Yeah.
so I could,
Yeah.
I could do it a little earlier. Makes
Yeah.
sense to me.
So I would prefer it earlier, to
I,
be honest with you.
I have a meeting on Monday from 4 to 5:30, is the only thing. Then it takes me like 10 minutes to come in here because it's 3 miles from
Yeah.
my house. Then, I mean,
Every Monday?
I will be late, yeah, but unless I can, move the other meeting, the day that we are meeting a little bit early, but I am, it's part of a group that I will meet from 4 to 5:30, yeah. I mean, if you don't mind me being late when you need me.
Yeah, no, I think we need all members present and accounted for. We're short one, it takes one alternate to have our full board. We're short two, then it's easy to have to cancel meetings because people don't show up.
Yeah.
And to have you just unavailable because we scheduled it so you can't be available is not, I don't think that's
Right,
acceptable.
that wouldn't be a good move. No.
Yeah.
No, but if we can move it a 5, I mean, yeah, it's 4:30 to 5:30, 4 to 5:30, then we can move it as 6.
So
Because
it's
I,
every Monday this year?
yes, it has been for years, it's, yeah. I mean, it's, but we can move it at 6 because, from my house to here is 2 miles, And if I am ready to go, I make it in here in 10 minutes unless there is, a monumental traffic, but I don't think we have monumental traffic, except when there is the fair, the tribal fair,
Yes.
yeah. I don't mind, 6 o'clock if you prefer 6 than 6:30.
For me,
Anything earlier is
Yeah.
better for me, so.
I would agree for.
I can do that.
early.
What about 5:45? No, that's an odd time, but it might be better for them. I don't know, what do you think? Would that work for you? Still?
I will be rushing
Okay.
and,
6 is even.
yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I have 6, give me a half an hour. I mean, I'm always ready, but I can put everything, my bag in the car and that's it, But, I mean, it's, yeah.
I'm flexible.
I prefer 6, yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
No,
No,
that's
don't
good.
apologize. We all have a lot of.
That's why we talk about it.
We
yeah.
need
A lot of
you.
lives.
Huh?
We need you.
Yeah.
Anyone have any idea about Curtis's 6 o'clock availability?
My guess would be it probably wouldn't change much. I would think that he'd be okay with 6.
Yeah.
I would think that.
I would think
Just
so, too.
'cause if he has a meeting, he's gonna miss it anyways.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
if he's down in Concord or whatever, he's gonna miss.
Yeah,
Three
he was the
hours.
one that made the request for,
Yeah.
earlier
Yeah.
than 7.
Yeah.
It got us to 6:30, so.
That's just a guess, but I would think so.
Yep.
All right, anyone want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to change the meeting time to 6 PM on the second Monday of every month.
I'll second.
All right, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye.
I,
Unanimous. Okay. Budget. And, anyone's given much thought or anything to it? you want to listen to me talk, or if you just want to come around and look at this.
What's easier, just looking at
It's
it?
basically the same, you know, I don't have any proposed changes, but just to review it. This is our, 2024 budget. This is last year's. This is just last year's. So do we want to change anything? Last year we had for planning board attendance 2,000, secretary 2,400, Medicare 185. Technical advisor was a placeholder with $1, meaning we would need planning board to approve and expend money on our behalf to get a technical advisor. I think we should have some of the money in our own budget that we don't need to go to the planning board asking for, or the select board asking for. Thoughts on that?
What is technical advisor? I'm not a lawyer, is it?
No, it'd be like, we have a plan, we want a surveyor to look at this, or an engineer to review it, you know, do the road standards actually meet the road standards? You know, if someone's doing a, like, Habitat for Humanities, major subdivision, if we didn't believe HEB for some reason, and we wanted a second opinion, not that we would or we did, but that's kind of it, like, or if someone comes in with a sketch of something, and we're like, I don't know if this is up to it, we want a professional to review it at, you know, and usually this stuff is at the applicant's expense, but having something in the budget would allow us to do it without getting.
I mean, even if we had to go to HEB in that situation, that would be something that we pay for, right? So,
Yeah, yeah. If we needed it to protect the town's interests, that is what that is for. Or it could remain a placeholder at $1. I don't know.
I don't have a problem with.
Well, I don't know how much we're talking.
I don't either.
But I had, yeah.
What gets you a couple hours of somebody's time?
500 gets us several.
Hmm.
500 gets us several hours.
Several hours, enough to review, like, say, just not that we're doing it, have it as done and signed and sealed, but let's say, like, the road for Habitat, you know, subdivision road, cul-de-sac, an engineer could have enough time to look at that for $500 and say, like, yeah, that looks reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't need a second there. I mean, they'd stay.
I don't either,
But,
I agree,
yeah,
just, I know that's
yeah, if something were to
offhanded
come up,
example.
if we don't spend it, we don't spend it, right? So, yes.
And the select board can entirely deny us this, whatever we request, and
Right.
it's the $1, so.
Sure.
So maybe for 2026, 500. Advertisement, we haven't used this. Again, this would be like seeking planning board members, putting an ad in the Sun, something like this. We could, we haven't. Manuals and resource materials. If there were any manuals we needed, we haven't expended anything. Operating expenses, 800. Seems fine. I don't even know what. Conferences, you know, I'm guilty of this, we're all guilty of this, none of us have gone to conferences and spent any money. We should all go to some conferences. Not that you have to go and spend money, but we should at least be doing webinars. Definitely, the lunch webinars are really easy. They're all on YouTube afterwards. So even if you don't have to like take your time at lunch,
Right.
but you can see it after. But they're very informative and they're very good and they're condensed and it's a lot of information directed towards boards such as ours.
I have done the webinars,
Yeah,
yeah.
good,
I keep it good, you know,
good.
yeah.
That's fantastic.
But the conference in Concord, and they have another place for conference, but I forgot.
Yeah,
I never saw about that, but,
you could attend and we have money for it.
oh,
Yeah.
okay, maybe one day I'm going just to see, you know, the environment.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, also the instruction, but just to, you know.
Yeah, you'll be by far the most educated member of the planning board. Travel, this is basically for going to Carroll County Registry of Deeds, or, you know, the few times I've had to file plans. Planning board legal, you know about that. And so the total budget for 2025 was 7,236.
How much?
7,236.
Okay.
So for 26, it'll be
500. Yeah, 7736. Post. Sound
Yeah.
good?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, huh?
You want a motion?
Yeah, I'm gonna just say, yeah, a total budget of 7,736 with a line item of 500 for technical advisor is the only change between 2025 and 2026. Yeah. I'll draft that and then take a motion. A motion to approve the 2026 Albany Planning Board proposed budget with a total of $7,736. This is the same as the 2025 budget, with the exception of an increase to the technical advisor line from $1 to $500. Anyone like to make that motion?
I'll second it.
James, thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Getting back to membership, we still do need more members. If you know anyone in the community that has any inkling of thinking they might want to join the board, particularly as an alternate, is a great way to just get a feel for what's happening, get some learning, and then come on the board. We have an opening for alternate as it stands. Always, please keep that in mind. Recruit. Zoning board has vacancies as well. They meet pretty much never.
Good board to
Really
be
easy
on.
board to be a part of, and when they do meet, there's a couple knowledgeable members that can help guide a new member along, so. Always looking for citizens to join and help with our boards.
What is the difference between the zoning board and the planning board?
It's a great question. Planning board is the land use board.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so we set the land use policy, also known as the zoning ordinance. The town ultimately votes on it, but this is where the drafting of it and changes of it come into play. And then we hold the hearings for subdivisions, boundary line adjustments, these things. Zoning board is this quasi-judiciary board that is the place you can go to get things that are outside, or that, what are they? Special exceptions, variations, variances, special exceptions, variances, and exemptions. I'd have to look it up, but it's the quasi judicial board that you go to if you have a proposal that you think has, what is it? The possibility of having equitable relief. So it's basically, is this a reasonable request? Doesn't quite fit the zoning ordinance. Is there a place where I can go to work through with the town to potentially get the thing I want approved? It's a very bad layman's explanation of it, but the quasi judicial board to help any citizen applying for a land use change with their land that does not strictly conform to the zoning ordinance as written. That's better.
Okay.
So they meet upon request, basically. When someone has a request to the zoning board, an application to the zoning board seeking a variance or a special exception, or I forget what the other categories are, then the zoning board convenes. Without that, the zoning board only convenes once a year just to have a, let's all check in and make sure we're all here and know what we're doing kind of meeting. So a check-in meeting once a year. So yes, always looking for new members. Then we get to the other part I just said. What is the planning board? It is the land use board. What is land use? It is our zoning ordinances. And we've been talking about updating our zoning ordinances for some deficiencies that, or things that need to be updated. Does anyone have anything to lead with on that? So we started talking about this in January, and this is October, stating the obvious. We've made, I would call it, not much progress. And the window for actually getting anything to have it approved by town in March is very rapidly approaching. I think, like, there's deadlines in December. So if we wanted something to put before the town, we would need to get something organized, written, and voted on in very short order. So does anyone have anything to propose or discuss?
I think we started on ADUs,
Mhm.
started moving forward, and then all of a sudden the state came up, what is it, HB 577 maybe? I don't know if that's the exact number, but they changed the ADU laws
Yes.
for us,
Yes.
so that kind of scrapped what we were thinking, and I think we need to, number one, we need to rewrite our ADU things,
Or just retract it entirely.
or retract it entirely. We need to do something with it to conform with at least the state.
Might be something as simple as just referencing whatever that is.
That is, yeah. If that's, yeah. Yeah.
You know, might be just that simple. See
Remove ours and
the
reference that.
decision on, yeah.
And I would think that would be easy that's easy to put together, reference that. And we probably should, for the town, to have that move forward.
I agree.
But maybe it will require to have another meeting just for that purpose. Perhaps not on the second Monday, but a day that we all can come in here and already with the information that you provide us,
Yeah.
because you were the one who wrote,
Yeah,
I
so
don't know.
If you want, I'll put together what I can for our next meeting,
Yeah.
so,
That'd be fantastic. That's
Yeah.
essentially, we've been asking,
yeah, yeah.
all of us to do, and
Yeah.
none of us really
Yep.
have, so that would be a huge first step.
Kind of got
It's the first
discouraged, to be
step,
honest with you.
is to actually come prepared with some information.
Yeah,
Well,
so,
it would be great if we had the information that you send it to everybody before, because
Yep.
we can read it, you know, I mean, I'm always like, I want to be prepared for, you know, what I don't understand with the book, my red book, that I use frequently, yeah? And, if I have the information ahead of time, I can be more useful, because I will have more knowledge, because I study, yeah? I mean, I'm old-fashioned, very old-fashioned, yeah?
I do know from our consult with Tara Bamford, where she presented a list of basically housekeeping is what she called it, housekeeping things for Albany zoning ordinance. And she had, I think, like 12 things just on her, like, here's my quick proposal to you list. And they're not fully spelled out because it was just a preliminary, like,
Right.
Here's kind of what I'm offering. I would have a hard time, even if we say we got the ADU thing, maybe, where we felt comfortable that that's squared away. I would have a hard time voting to say, because when you're voting to say, let's change the ordinance, you're also voting to say, the ordinance is good to go, top to bottom.
yeah,
And to just say, well, we fixed this one thing, but we didn't look at the rest of it, and we're asking you, the town members, to vote on this ordinance from page 1 to page end, but all we looked at is this portion. I can tell you right now, that's going to get a no vote from me. I'm not going to vote to support changing a section of it without going through the whole thing in its entirety and getting all of the errors, mistakes, redundancies, contradictions that are in it. And there's a lot. I know that I don't know how to do it. So, how are we going to figure this out? Is my question to the rest of the board.
And what you are asking is a lot of work.
A lot of work,
It's a lot of hours,
a lot of hours.
yeah, because for me, the first time that I read, you know, the ordinance, I went back and forth, because sometimes there is a word that is used, I mean, it's two words used for the same meaning, and then you say, well, you know, it's like I call this telephone and this is telephone too, you know, and then what telephone are you referring? This one or that one, yeah? I mean, I mean,
It's
that
good there's
is
some-
not doing in, you know, like, you know, just light read, besides that thing is no light reading, no? At least for me,
It's
yeah.
not.
so when this presented to the town, is it we're asking them to accept the whole thing, or are we writing something that asks them to accept a change in the section?
You amend the zoning ordinances at large.
As
You
a
might only amend one word.
But we still
but
have to approve the whole
zoning
thing?
ordinances are voted on at large. As
You
amended.
can't separate as an amendment and just say, this is what we're changing. and
Well, I
separate it.
thought so, because
That's-
even in the ordinance, it
It's
says,
the
That's
zoning
done
ordinance.
in contract
amended.
terms all the time, is amendments and.
and there's dates when they amend them.
I'll say this, I don't know, maybe you can do that.
Yeah.
What I've seen, you know, so I went through this once before, the time I went on board, we read through the whole thing, we all did our best, like, oh, this should get changed, this should get changed. And we all did our best. And it turns out we missed a ton of stuff,
Yeah.
right? And here we are again saying, like, we're gonna go through it and we're all gonna do our best.
Well, I didn't say that. I said we could just reference the new Supreme Court law, and I would imagine you can just say, this is taking the place of this.
Right, we're
and
amending this.
inserting it. It's already been approved. I don't think we're putting our stamp of approval on the whole thing, we could just say this is the new law per the Supreme Court. So I
But
don't
you
think
have
there's
to
a
make
whole-
sure also that.
I mean, that's
what-
my opinion, that we,
What we
I'll-
approve.
I'll add that to my
section-
list to find out. I'll call NHMA and see the procedure for changing.
maybe that's the lawyers,
changing our
maybe that's a lawyer
ordinances.
question. We have some monies to.
Well, we can
consult,
call
right?
NHMA
Oh, is that what you're
free
saying?
at
Oh,
first.
okay.
Yeah, they got legal,
Yeah.
we're part of this, we got legal advice.
Not for nothing, there's also a lot of, the webinars have this, right?
Yeah.
How to amend your zoning ordinance.
Yeah.
How, there's a ton of how-tos. We just haven't done it.
I work 50 hours a week, so I'll do
I'm
my
not-
best, but
I'm
I can
not-
make the phone call and try to get some answers, but
I'm not,
I know.
I guess what I'm getting at is that we said in January, we're gonna do this. And here it is October, and, we don't have anything done. We got basically 2 months to kind of really get something buttoned up and done, if we're really committed to getting it done.
Yeah.
And I'm saying right now that I'm not voting on something that is only partially correct.
Yeah.
Because our zoning ordinances have known deficiencies in them, and if we're not gonna address all of them, what are we doing?
In my opinion, we're working on getting them corrected.
Yeah.
And we're
and-
amend it to the new Supreme Court law that we
Right.
should do.
Right,
We should, yes.
yeah.
I agree.
And I guess I brought that one up because that's been changed, it's changed for us, and our writing is 100% not in line with that.
Yes.
I think we need to get that section in line.
Yes, I agree.
The rest of the stuff, as wrong as it may be, I don't believe it's conflicting with the state that I know of course, but,
Because that is, it can be an issue if you modify part 1A, but the part 1A will extend it into part 2B, then what you're modifying here, you are modifying 2B too. You see, because they are interconnected for whatever the reason, I mean, those things happens, that once you modify in here, it permeates down to another place in the ordinance. And somebody have to check that too,
yeah.
yeah? I mean, it's
I guess, and the other thing I've been thinking about it is, when we got updated street standards, right? It wasn't Albany board members drafting that, paid HEB to do that, paid professionals to draft street standards because our board members don't know how to draft street standards, right? Do you really feel, I can only speak for myself. I don't feel competent to draft our zoning ordinances top to bottom and have them be competent and clear and concise and legal and conforming. Because I already went through that process once, and I know that we missed a lot of stuff. And I guess what I'm saying is, why aren't we paying a professional to help us do it right?
And to hope that they do it right. Right, I mean,
Sure. If you want to.
yeah, and I'm not really arguing it, I'm just saying, I just remember when we talked about it, there was a lot of desire not to hire that out. I'm not saying I still feel that way, I'm just saying, I remember there being
I remember it well.
backlash, and I don't know how we'll get beyond that, but.
And the cost was $12,000. $12,000 is not nothing.
Right,
It's taxpayer money.
yeah,
What is the value of having our ordinances properly drafted and legal? Is it worth $12,000 to us? Because it's
Well,
been,
I think the answer to that, you'd look back on history, have we had major conflicts or anything? I mean, I know that that's not correct, but do we spend $12,000 to hopefully not have something that we haven't had happen in 20 years, or? Just a question,
I don't have an answer for it.
yeah.
It's a good question. Do we want to continue to be exposed to known deficiencies in our zoning ordinances?
Right,
Maybe. Maybe we do just want to leave those open
yeah.
that anyone could really exploit if they really wanted to.
But one point to consider is that our life 20 years ago is completely different than the present time. And the present time, I feel, and this is my humble opinion, is people are more aggressive looking for deals than 20 years ago. I mean, it's, I don't know, I'm a newcomer, but I feel it in general in life, yeah. And that would be, the issue with the Airbnbs and short-term rental,
They're trying to wiggle their way through having
Yeah.
basically second and third residences on a single
Yeah.
residence property.
yeah. Yeah.
I think the other thing to remember is we are here to serve the town. We're not here to serve ourselves, we're here to serve the town and what's in the town's best interests. And to me, what's in the town's best interest is having a professional work with us. They don't just do it for us, they work with us. They're not just creating standards out of nowhere and forcing them on Albany. They're saying, hey, Albany, what do you want? And I'll help you draft something that's legal and understandable and concise. And to me, that is a big benefit to the citizens of Albany for short money, for $12,000. It's not no money, but it's pretty short money to have an actual document
So
that
do we
governs
actu-
our land use in
do
this
we-
town that is actually legit.
Do we actually know, you keep saying something legal, do we know that our ordinances, other than the change is not legal?
No, I don't know.
I just wonder if we had known deficiencies that weren't legal, other than the one that.
I don't think they're illegal or anything. I think they're not consistent, I guess. Like we found, you had mentioned, a dwelling is called a dwelling and called a residence and called, whatever else. It doesn't reference the same definition. I almost think if we look at the zoning and you looked at the definitions, that's where I see the biggest deficiencies. And I guess that's why I think that we could do the definitions, because the ordinances are written. If the definitions are defined, I guess I thought that's how I felt back in the beginning of the year.
For me, when I read them the first time, and the only time that I read it from A to Z, I felt like, wait a second, now is this word is new, and is defining something that I was already defined under another word. But I was I was not confident to underline and, first of all, to print them, and I started to make calls from one page to another,
Yeah.
Because, that is work, That is hours in the reading back and forth, yeah. And I am no a professional for that or anything like that. It's not that, I'm not competent to do that, yeah.
So we got some stuff to think about, we got some homework to do. Anyone want to do anything further for zoning ordinance right now? I think all last I have is, select board report.
Yeah, I get a couple things. There's gonna be, I think it's Jason Ayotte will be at the next select board meeting to
What will
dis-
be?
Jason Ayotte?
Jason, yeah.
Yeah, at the next select board meeting. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna be talking about the Nickerson job at Nickerson Road and 16. That's one thing. The other thing is,
He's representing DOT.
yeah, he's DOT, yeah. The other thing is, I've reached out to a resident in Madison, and I got the select board invited to the Madison Select Board meeting, which is tomorrow night. And it's to discuss 113 and 16, how at the last TAC meeting, we went from being an ace in the hole to getting that to being bumped for a Randolph job. So we're putting together kind of a committee. We're trying to get together tomorrow night. If anyone is available and is interested in joining that meeting tomorrow night at 4:30 Town Hall, we need all the help that we can get to put together a package that we have to have together, or we want to have together for October 23rd, so we can go to a Gasset meeting, and there's 4 of them that are on that day in southern New Hampshire. So we're trying to put together a letter, a discussion, and we didn't want to let the decision that happened at the TAC meeting go without voicing our concern. And even if this doesn't turn into anything, it's keeping us going and trying to keep us at the top of the list for when we can get something to happen for that intersection. One of our arguments is we're doing Nickerson Road, we're doing 16 all the way up, but yet we have this intersection that is a known trouble spot. It's almost like we're making it even worse by fixing everything up to that point. It's like a bottleneck. So, if anyone's available for tomorrow, that would be great. Need opinions on how to put it together and come up with something.
Where is the meeting?
It's at the Madison Town Hall. It's the actual Madison Select Board meeting.
Are you going?
Yes.
Well, I don't like to drive at night, especially when I don't know the area, but if you're going and you give me a ride,
Yep.
I may join you.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, you know where I live?
Yes.
69 Stacy
Yeah.
Lane, yeah?
Yep.
You
So,
just let me know the time and...
yeah, I'll pick you up just after 4.
A what?
Just after 4 o'clock tomorrow.
Oh, after...
Because it's at 4:30, so
Okay.
I'll pick you up at 4. How's that?
Let me see, I mean, I am, it's October, right?
I asked what we need to do to move this forward, and I keep getting told make noise. So the more noise we got.
Okay, yeah, 4 o'clock,
I work till 5:15.
yeah,
Okay. Yep.
yeah.
And we're not making noise tomorrow night. We're brainstorming what we want to make noise about and how we can approach it and all the angles that we should discuss. And
This is on the engineering side of things?
this is just getting us on a 10-year plan to get that.
Yeah.
Or even if it doesn't get on the 10-year plan, maybe there's money somewhere else that we could get because it's an intersection that needs to be addressed. It's important enough not to let go, even if it's not on the 10-year plan. So that's our goal.
Okay. You are in my agenda.
Yeah, I think that's it.
When was Jason Ayotte coming
October 22nd
to the select board meeting?
to the select board meeting, which starts at 4:30.
Any other select board?
What's that?
Any other select board
No.
reports? All right. Mr. Kennison,
Yes,
welcome.
thank you.
I'm Sean Wadsworth, the chair of the planning board. we'll just go around and introduce ourselves.
Amalia Torres, I am the alternate.
Morris West, Vice Chair.
Jim Druin, Select Board member.
Brian Bailey, planning board member.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome.
So we have your application, and we reviewed it last month and voted to accept it as complete. And then I sent out the mailings and the notifications, and so if you're ready, we can have the public hearing on your proposed subdivision.
I am ready. Curiously enough, I believe I got a copy of the abutters notice or the notice. The mailman came to the house twice but never delivered it. So I have two sheets from the post office saying, we tried to deliver it, but you weren't there, but I think my wife was home. But anyway, they said they were going to return it as of October 13th. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I knew what it was, but
Okay.
I never actually received it, but I'm sure it was sent.
Okay. Thank you. So I will open the public hearing at 7:19. And if you would like to describe what your proposal
Sure.
is, what's happening?
Again, my name is Frank Henderson. My wife and I are the owners of lots 45 and 46 on Iona Lake. This is a minor subdivision to create two new lots in what used to be lot 47, which will now become 47 and 47.1. They both exceed 2 acres as required. They both have the requisite frontage on Great Hill Road. The background to the proposal is that these two lots are going to be owned by the Kennison family and the Coleman family. And lot 47 is the lot to be owned by the Colemans, and lot 47.1 is what's going to be, is closest to our existing property, and therefore we made the agreement to take lot 47.1. We have received subdivision approval from the state of New Hampshire, and I'm not sure if that was included with the application, but I know it came in as of August 29th.
Okay.
Parenthetically, there are no plans to develop these two lots. They were simply, this originally started with my getting together with Buzz Coleman and talking about this land that we both looked at for many, many, many years. And a couple of years ago, I finally got hold of the existing owner, and he at that point indicated he was interested in selling it. So Buzz and I got together, we had many, many long conversations and decided to go forward, and that's how I acquired this lot. As I said, there are no present plans to develop this, although I realize that's not a governing factor, but it's more for the protection on both our side and further protection for the Coleman family. Here we go. I reviewed the subdivision plans, and I believe that there is a provision in the ordinance that says when you have a minor subdivision with two lots, you can use either an existing private road and or a private way to gain access to that, those two lots. Again, parenthetically, I would say, although it is not on the plan before you, we're someone from the Coleman family here tonight. They would tell you that the plan that we have worked out is that they will actually, if they decide to develop their lot, they would seek access off Drake Hill Road. Because the way the lots, if you look at the lots, the way they're configured, Lot 47 has the greatest area near the top of the lot, that being the Drake Hill end, which is where they decided, if they decided to build, that would be where they would look to place a house on. I, on the other hand, wanted the bottom part of the lot because it was the closest to our existing property. The access, as I said, the access to the lots, the access to 47.1, because as my understanding is that with respect to lot 47, the Colemans would plan to put a road down off Drake Hill Road. The access to our lot is long-standing, and to explain it, what is now Coleman's Drive is in fact the entrance to our existing house and lot. My father purchased this property in November of 1935. At that time, his deed contained a deeded right-of-way over an old logging road coming off what is now Drake Hill Road. At the time of the deed, it was referred to as, I believe, the old Conway Road. What is now Lot 47 was conveyed to a Louisa Berry in April of 1954. Her deed also contained the same deeded express right-of-way over that logging road off Drake Hill Road. As it presently exists, as you can see from the subdivision plan, it may not be visible on the plan, but our driveway comes in and it's actually a circular driveway. It goes right back out, and at the top of where our driveway enters the house, there is what was Louisa Berry's access road down and is shown on the map. So both of these are in fact deeded rights of way that have been in existence and used since at the very latest the 1950s. Yeah.
So is Coleman Drive one and the same as the deeded access right-of-way that you're speaking
Yes.
of that was
The
along?
only difference with it is that Buzz Coleman actually paved the beginning of Coleman Drive. So to go to our house, you come down his driveway, and then to the right of his garage is that right-of-way that leads us to our house. I think that explains the proposal.
Great. The lot to, what is this, to the south or west of this, it's not shown on, or it would be the next lot over here. Is that Hagedorn, the abutter?
Can
Patricia
I
Hagedorn.
just come up?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Yes, Patricia Hagedorn.
Yes.
So did you buy your way back in 1920s from Hagedorn?
No,
No.
no. This is what I referred to earlier as Louisa Berry's lot
Yeah.
that was conveyed in '54.
Mm.
The boundary of it is Whitney Brook.
Oh, yes.
Hagedorn, I'm not exactly sure the date of that acquisition, but he owns approximately 99 acres here bordering on the lake. And the demarcation point is Whitney Brook. So this is the same property that was, as I mentioned earlier, was conveyed in 1954.
Yeah. So why doesn't the boundary line show as Witten Brook?
I don't know.
It says
It-
direct.
The deed description clearly refers to it as Whitman Brook.
Yeah, there's a note on here, right on the boundary line with the bearing distance. It says direct tie, property line is thread of brook. But
So
it
that
has
means
this line going over
It's
the
actually
straight
the
line, not
property
on.
line.
I see that the offset is based on the brook, the red line.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Maybe it's because of bearings? Just a guess. You'd have to have so many different bearings at each turn and change in direction. There'd be too much information, or they couldn't do it. That'd be a guess.
I think you're right, it says that.
Because, you know, every line, every straight line, they have a bearing.
Yeah, it says direct survey tie, not a property line
Yeah.
on lots of these straight lines.
Yeah, I just wonder if the area calculated is based on thread of brook, or is it based on the direct survey tie?
I don't know. The survey was done by Andy Fisher of Evanusic. The calculation, well, let me go back just a second. The line between the two properties changed a number of times in the course of my conversations with Coleman. When it became, for example, when it became evident that they were interested in that portion of the property closest to Drake Hill Road, which is where their lot is the widest, that caused us to change our thinking and to change the boundary line to give them the area they needed. And by the same token, when actually Noah and Curtis and I walked the property in the spring, we identified what was probably, in the event anything was ever built, the most likely building lot for us. And that governed the discussion, I think, on as the boundary line went. The only other change, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, that was, the line changed a couple of times, but no one ever changed that boundary line at Woodland Brook.
It's 471. It's 471. What's that?
So your most likely building area is down by the wall.
47.71.
I'm sorry.
You're most likely-
I apologize.
Kennison.
I lost one hearing aid this morning, so I can hear out of this side, but not so well out of this side.
I see the proposed well and test pit area. So your proposed building area is close to the lake.
Yes.
Yeah, down by the lake. The other
And
question.
and similarly closest to our existing house.
Yep. So where's your existing house on this?
Again, if I can approach.
Yes, please.
Let's see. Our house is probably right in this area here.
Okay. And there's no structures in here?
There's no structures in here.
And this bit of land is like unknown who owns it? I saw that in the notes.
No, actually, it's owned by Hagedorn.
It is Hagedorn.
Yeah, because I went back and researched Hagedorn's title.
Yeah.
And realized that in the deed description, there is a parcel 2. And parcel 2 conforms to this area. It was also identified as such by Andy Fisher. What is unclear to me is who in the town records actually is regarded as the title owner to it. Because my research showed that the tax card shows 99 acres on the tax card, all of which is in current use and conforms to the deed description of 99 acres under parcel 1. I think it's just sort of an anomaly out there.
Parcel 1 being Hagedorn.
Parcel 1 being the 99 acres that you see off to the left of the,
Yeah.
yes.
But this little triangle is
This little triangle.
part of parcel 1?
It appears, it is in the deed to Hagedorn, identified as parcel 2.
Hmm.
But I don't believe it's taxed as such. And and the best I could come up with is it's something of an orphan parcel.
Mhm.
But I think title is in Hagedorn.
Yeah, so one of the questions that's come to mind is, are we should this get approved, are we creating a non-conforming lot with this little triangle? Would we be establishing a non-conforming lot of record?
On what grounds is it non-conforming, I guess?
It's less than 2 acres, this little triangle, not Mr. Kennison's proposal.
Oh, this little triangle?
Yeah,
But it's already there.
That doesn't have anything to do with this proposal, correct?
It's not part of this proposal.
It's not part of this
It
proposal.
is less than a quarter of an
It's
acre.
part of the recorded plan, though.
Yeah, and it's
Or to be
also,
recorded.
as I said, it is part of, I'm not sure if let me just check to see if I've got Hagedorn's deed here. I don't think I do.
Was that?
It's already a separate lot though, isn't it? It's already a separate lot though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's already,
We're not.
we're not changing
this
that, that's
wouldn't
not
change
changing
anything,
that.
It's still there.
Would not change it.
I'm sorry, I don't.
Not change it. But you're saying this little triangle is already, it's called out in the deed.
It is identified in the deed, it has been confirmed by Amanuensis Survey,
Yeah.
and it, by all rights, it is in the title chain of Hagedorn.
And you don't have an ongoing, you have no dispute with Hagedorn on this?
No, not at all. I mean, my curiosity is whether Hagedorn even knows he owns it.
Yeah, and would they want to give it to you and merge it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to talk to him about it, it would be nice to iron that out, but
Because your existing home is on this side of it.
correct, to the right of the boundary line.
Very good.
If you would come up again, sorry.
Sure.
You're saying your home is here.
Our home is here.
Whose lot is
This
this?
is this is
This
part
is
of our
yours
lot.
too.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
you just have a
our
separate
lot,
boundary line.
our lot goes, let me show you this, I think I have another. It might be a little bit clearer on the tax. The tax map for Albany shows our property going to here, and then this lot going there. And there's no real, there's only identification that this triangle exists, but there's no information that identifies ownership of it.
Yes. Is
But
this,
This is Kennison.
so map 6, lot 46, is that all of this? Or is that this, and this is 45? Are these two separate lots?
These are two separate lots.
Okay.
I think so.
So on Coleman Drive, how many lots are on Coleman Drive right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Buzz,
Yes.
5, and another?
Buzz is on it. Are two lots, yes. The Hagedorn parcel, and then the proposed subdivision lot, which is on a different right-of-way, but it is off, it's still described as Coleman's Drive. But in the deed, it is described as an old logging road.
So when you say a different right of way, you mean a different description, but the same
a different description in the, I think it was Curlin or Phelan to Berry deed. That's the 1954 deed.
Same location, though.
Same location. Yeah.
Just describe it.
Yes, and for example, I remember as a child, I remember when they came, they would come, they drove down our driveway and then drove up to their, the house they have on that point, which is no longer exists.
Oh, there used to be a house on this point?
There actually used to be a little A-frame,
Oh, wow.
which, I can't remember, I think she stopped coming to the property probably in the 60s. And then we had a bad storm and a large pine tree took out the A-frame.
So there's 5 to 6, and then I don't know, there's another driveway coming down there that's Coleman, maybe 7 properties on Coleman Drive.
No, I don't think so, because as I said, our driveway is circular. And the access to this new property is off our circular driveway. The entrance to it is off our driveway. But ours is circular and is all part of Coleman Drive, I guess, because it's the same road.
Would the circle show up on here, or is your circle like off of this map?
I think the circle is off that map.
So there's no loop in this area that we're looking at.
The loop probably, let's see. The loop goes probably something like this.
Okay. Is your house like in the middle?
Our house is more or less
To the
right
side.
in there someplace.
But your loop is not part of the described right of way. But that part of the loop, right, is not part of the described right of way. But this, what is now we're calling Coleman's Drive, is the right of way.
Yes, it is.
All the way to this property, has it called out?
Yes.
46, is that what we're talking about?
47.
47 has this right of way called out.
Correct.
Anyone have any thoughts or questions?
Where is the entrance to this lot, 47?
Yeah, speak up, please.
Where is the entrance of the lot 47? Because if this goes in here, 47, where if whoever owns this, are they planning to set a house, and where is the entrance?
As I said, neither one of us have any plans to build a house. However, if our children or grandchildren decided to do so, the Colemans are planning to come down off Drake Hill Road.
Okay.
We want to come in off this existing right-of-way because our ideal property is in this area right here, which is immediately off this drive. Theirs is not, and there's really no feasible way to take this road, nor would it make any sense to go
No,
uphill.
no.
So they are planning to come, when and if they get to the point of building, they would come in this way.
They will come here.
Yeah, they'll come in
That's
somewhere
flat.
in this area right here.
Mhm. Oh, they come in here. This is it. No, it's a field. Oh.
Anyone else have any other questions?
I'll just make a comment. As far as the right-of-way goes, and the plan, the way I see it is, that right-of-way is a existing non-conforming right-of-way, right? It has more lots on it than we would normally allow, but it's pre-existing. And when, as long as, and I guess the question would be, how is the right-of-way written in the deed as far as Lot 47? Because going forward, Lot 47, we cannot let that be part of the right-of-way. So we just have to make sure that that's written properly in the deed. As far as the right-of-way is concerned, we can't add another lot. We can't make it more non-conforming. As long as we don't, as long as they don't, make it more non-conforming, is my thought. If it's still, if that right-of-way still access the same amount of lots, they don't change that. This new lot, it just has to make sure that that doesn't have anything in the deed that has rights to that right-of-way. That's my thoughts on it. That make sense?
How wide is this Coleman Drive?
What's that?
How wide?
I'm not sure, but to me, that doesn't matter, because it is what it is. It happened whenever it happened. Today, we wouldn't do that. But it is what it is at this point. So I think us as a board, as long as we don't move forward making it more non-conforming by meaning adding
one more lot.
one more lot to that, as long as that's not added, as far as the right-of-way is concerned in this project, I think that's a moot point. If they've got the 2 acres, which it appears they do, and they got the road frontage, I don't know if there's any other, in the right-of-way, as long as that doesn't access the new lot, it still accesses the same amount of lots that it currently does, I think it's fine.
I think I understand, again, I apologize.
Yeah.
For this here, but what the plan shows is that deed 1954, once it leaves our property, I should say.
Yeah.
That, what is depicted as the right-of-way is what was in the Berry deed in 1954.
Right.
If you follow that right-of-way, it goes up to that point, which is where she had erected her house that, as I said, no longer exists. So it is, in essence, it is 2 private rights of way that were created long before zoning and subdivision approval came into existence.
But going forward with this plan, that right-of-way will not have any access to the Coleman side.
No,
Right.
no,
So-
correct.
So as long as that's the case, I think
And
it's
as I
fine.
said, when and if the Coleman children, grandchildren, and the Kennison children or grandchildren decide that when something happens out there,
Yeah,
our plan is to use this existing right-of-way,
Yep.
which provides access to the most appropriate housing lot on that, on 47-1, and a driveway off Drake Hill Road is the most appropriate access to lot.
And only access.
right.
Too. Yeah.
I hear what you're saying, and I agree with the intent of it. When I read our zoning notices, they explicitly say not that.
What is it?
So our zoning ordinances, under 3, land use is permitted, A, residential zone, 2, lot requirements, letter C. As of the day of this passage of this amendment, the subdivision of a lot with less than 200 contiguous feet of frontage on an existing state highway or town road shall be permitted subject to the following. There's a list of the following. One of the following says,
Did you say it's under 200? What was that? Back up?
yeah. As the date of the passage of this amendment, the subdivision of a lot with less than 200 contiguous feet of frontage on an existing state highway or town road.
Okay, so this has more than 200.
Yes.
Right.
Shall be permitted, subject to the following, and there's a list of 6 things. One of the things, item 5, a 50-foot right-of-way which serves as a driveway for no more than 2 dwellings shall not be required to be constructed in accordance with Albany street standards.
Right, but if you back up, it's saying if it doesn't have 200 feet, then you're talking those things. But this has 200 feet, so all those things are not even considered.
But that presages that you're using the Drake Hill Road as your access.
And that's what they're doing on that property. The other property has
Number
a
6.
pre-existing non-conforming.
Number
right-of-way.
6, if the 50-foot right-of-way is to serve 3 or more dwellings, it may be constructed in phases as follows. Albany street standards. Is this existing right-of-way going to have 3 or more dwellings on it?
It's pre-existing and it's not having any more than it already has.
Yeah. I'm not saying no, and I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah, no,
I
I'm
think
just-
what I'm saying is, I don't know, and I think I want legal counsel review on it.
See, I go back to the same thing as merging 2 lots. You got 2 non-conforming lots, and they want to merge those 2 together. They can do that. It's less non-conforming. This one is no more non-conforming than it was, that it is today, than it would be afterwards. It's got the 200-foot of 200 feet of road frontage for the lot that doesn't have an existing right-of-way.
You know, so I agree.
Yeah.
If you weren't doing the subdivision, you could just build on this lot. When you're asking for the subdivision, the way I'm reading these,
Yeah.
it says no.
Yeah.
You have to build Albany street standards. I don't necessarily agree with that, but that's what that's how I'm reading the zoning ordinance. So what I'm saying is, I don't know yes or no. I think I want some help.
I agree with Jim.
Hearing you now, I can see that is important, because, right, if this was all just one lot, you say, well, yeah, you can come and build off Drake Hill. Now granted, well, I guess the lot, prior to subdivision could have access off of Coleman Road as well as deeded right of way.
It does.
Right.
It already does.
It already does.
And it's buildable. As it stands right now, it is buildable. When you're seeking subdivision,
And they wouldn't have to do anything with the road. It is what it is.
I agree.
Right.
I agree. When
So I
read
guess I'm
ordinances-
trying to understand where does it change, so I can understand.
Number 6, I just went off the page, kind of get back to it. If a 50-foot right-of-way serves more than 3 dwellings, it shall, blah, blah, blah.
But you're still under the title of less than 200 feet of road frontage.
Right, you're still in the back.
That's not applicable.
If you go back up to the beginning, and if it's under 200 feet of road, no, it's not under 200 feet of road. So everything underneath that is a moot point.
Yeah, again.
That list is if it's less than 200 feet.
And it's still a
So I
single
think what
lot.
I'm
We're
hearing-
not
I think what I'm
adding.
hearing is our board saying that the 200 feet of frontage is meant to be off of the town road as your own driveway.
But
Which it is.
it's also talking about accessing 2 lots. This is not changing the right-of-way. It's still accessing this lot. This lot is not able to access through this right-of-way. So you're not changing anything with the number of houses by access by the right-of-way. This lot will be accessed from here. It cannot be accessed from there. So we're still talking about 1 lot. We're not talking about 2 lots.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. I also see it as unclear, and I would want some guidance on that. The 200 feet thing, you know, and again, here's our ordinances with some gray areas, but the intent of the frontage of having 200 feet is that your driveway, your access is coming off of that.
For
200 feet.
adding another lot.
Any lot shall have 200 feet.
So you're hung up on the Kennison future lot not having 200 foot of frontage?
It's not what I'm hung up on. I'm actually not hung up on it. Like, I agree with what you're saying.
Okay.
And I would say, you know,
Well, I'm trying to,
if there weren't something conflicting in here with what I'm reading.
Yeah.
I guess if you want to know what I'm hung up on, it's these 5 and 6 that say, you can have a driveway with 2 dwellings, and you can have it be just a driveway. When you have more than 3 dwellings, you have to go to road standards.
right.
But that's for new construction.
But our point, I guess, if I could speak, our point is, this plan doesn't change that right of way in any amount, the quantity of lots it's accessing.
I agree, except that we're subdividing and creating a new lot, and I get that.
And that new lot has the 200 feet.
I'm hoping,
Yeah.
like, so my thing is, like, it's a little vague and gray area.
Yeah.
I would want some legal counsel to say, oh, definitely you can do this.
Yeah.
And you just exclude the new lot from ever having access to that right of
Right.
way. And you're all good to go. And then I'll be like, great, but the way I'm reading the zoning ordinances, it says, if you have 3 or more dwellings, you have to build to road standards, which is expensive.
Oh,
And I don't think we're asking Mr. Kennison to build to road standards.
no. And I
So
don't,
if we're not asking him to build to road standards, are we ignoring the ordinance? And that's where I would want some legal counsel to say, this all fits together. Because.
I still go back to it's existing.
yeah.
It's existing. You can't ask them to build something to a standard.
Agreed,
When
but he's
they're
asking
not
for a
accessing-
subdivision, so
And
that's
the-
the difference, right? I'm not, if he just wanted to build on this lot, go for it. But
See,
he's asking for a subdivision.
I would agree with you if that right of way was accessing both lots.
Yes, I would agree with that too.
I would too.
Because then it would be adding another
They're
lot,
not
and we'd say,
adding
well,
another
you
lot.
can't do that. You shouldn't have done it before, they got away with it, but they're not doing
I think
that.
he's covering his bases. I think the legal counsel is going to come back and agree with you. But he wants to cover his bases.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to make sure I
protect
knew.
the town, right? Because
Yeah.
this thing is like, so that we don't have roads that are substandard, that you can't get fire and safety down, that, you know, all
Oh, yeah.
kinds. It's in the town's interest, is the,
May I make a suggestion?
yes, sir.
Does the problem become clarified if you put a condition to approval that any building on lot 47, the Coleman lot, must create a driveway off Drake Hill Road? That's their intent. I don't think I'm saying anything contrary to what any of the Colemans would say if they were sitting here, saying, no, we don't plan to build the road up the hill. Our plan has always been, if and when this ever gets developed, it will be by a road off Drake Hill Road. Does it satisfy your concern if you add a condition which simply says access to lot 47 must be off Drake Hill Road by a driveway?
That's a good question. Possibly, yes.
What the triangle is going to stand for? Because, I mean, it doesn't have the measurement for building anything. Then, you know, to whom, you know, I mean, it's I don't know, I mean, it's weird to have all of this except for this triangle. Yeah.
That's land use. It is weird.
It is weird,
That's how
yeah.
land use goes. It's
It's
very-
already there.
The triangle is an anomaly.
Yeah.
No, not part of the
They're not-
I'd
conversation.
love to
right.
solve the problem for everyone, but I haven't had any conversations with the Hagedorns, although I'd like to. But that's not something I can deal with tonight.
I was thinking exactly what Mr. Kennison was last time we reviewed it, was putting in an amendment. I don't know that it's, whatever it is, but I was thinking this lot, you need access from here, even though the right-of-way does stop, but, so.
I'm thinking the same exact thing. I'm not contradicting.
Yeah.
I'm saying, I think that makes sense. Do I know 100% that that makes sense and still conforms to our zoning ordinance? I do not. And I'm asking that we get our council to say, yeah, that's good to go. And it would cost some money. But the zoning ordinances are saying you have to build. And I get it. It's like, you can see it from either side.
Yeah.
But I think when you can see it from either side, that's when you say, hey, someone help us out. But
We'll put up for a vote, I guess. Do we do? Or,
So how do you want?
can.
well, I don't know.
We can make a
I don't
motion.
know. Is that a thing that you vote for, or?
Well, we could make a motion
Make a
to
motion.
approve this, and if it fails, then it would be on what, approval of, or would
we
we?
could do a number of things.
Yeah.
We could continue the hearing to next month without finding a decision or a vote. We can vote and see how it goes on whatever anyone wants to propose. We could also vote to seek legal counsel on the matter and continue. We have all the options. We don't have to put ourselves in a corner.
So I don't have a problem with it the way it is, I'd vote for it, but I don't have a problem crossing our Ts and dotting our Is to either, and making sure that we're correct. I don't know what the time frame is. You have a time frame or any pressure on anything, or?
No, I live in Concord. I am up here for the next couple days because I'm closing up our house. I have a place to go to bed tonight. In a month, I'm not going to have any water, and
Right.
the house will be a little cold. But, you know, that's a small problem,
Okay.
but it's a concern.
I personally am confident, and I would make a motion to approve this as presented.
I'm confident enough to second it.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
So for the legal counsel,
Yeah.
is voted on and approved, then we won't seek legal counsel, is that?
That would be a done deal,
Okay.
if it's approved. I have some discussion. Brian, maybe you want to amend your motion, because your motion is to approve as presented, and there's nothing in here that says Coleman's explicitly are denied access to the right-of-way. And if they're going to
Okay.
build, have to
Sure.
build off of Draco Road?
Yes.
So do you want to amend
Yes.
your,
Yeah, I could amend that to saying that the
or
lot.
do you just want to withdraw, however you want to do
Well,
it?
I don't know how it works, but lot 47 would require, upon approval, to build off of, have their access built off of Drake Hill Road.
All right, let's do this. Let's withdraw
Okay.
your
Rewrite.
motion.
Yeah, I withdraw my
Start.
motion and
Motion withdrawn.
have a motion to,
And then clearly state what your motion is.
motion to approve the plan with a stipulation that lot 47 can only solely be accessed if it is built upon via Drake Hill Road.
And that I will second.
47.
proposed lot 47.
Mhm. How much?
Hold on. So, motion to approve the plan as presented with the stipulation that proposed lot 47,
Be solely accessed, if it is built upon, be solely accessed via Drake Hill Road. I think it's important to say if it's built upon, because they
Right.
could visit their property with permission, I'm sure, right?
I question the language, I don't know, solely accessed. like-
Driveway access,
I think it would, I don't know, that the existing right-of-way lot, new proposed lot 47 shall not have access via the existing right-of-way to lot 47.1.
okay. Yeah.
Does that sound reasonable?
Yes.
Because
Do you
we're
wanna-
not trying to say what they
Can
do, we're
do,
trying to say
not what they can do. Yeah, okay, I understand that, yep.
What was it called in the deeds? Woods Road, Logging Road, the right-of-way?
The right-of-way was called an old logging road.
Old Logging Road.
which originated turning north off Old County Road, which I believe is now Drake Hill Road. Old Conway Road, I'm sorry.
It's, yeah, it's confusing to word it, because it's lot 47 being divided into 47 and 47.1, and 47.1 is gonna continue to have access, and 47 is gonna be denied access that it used to have. It's
In that,
fortunate that the 47 and 47.1
You want
are
to
flipped.
read the actual language of the conveyance?
Sure.
It said also
47 was,
a right-of-way.
47 is the whole thing, right?
with
Yeah.
pass and
That
repass
stays
by
47?
foot, Motor
He's right,
vehicle
it did not
14
previously.
from the highway, sometimes called
Right.
the Old Conway Road,
This should be
leading from
47.
Lord's Mills to
I would-
Quaco.
That would be first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I
To leave that existing.
would think.
Thank you. Are you guys having the same thought that they should be flipped?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we, so what about a continuance, and we just kind of clean up a few things, and, you know,
It is, I agree, it's confusing that that's 47.1, and this is 47.
yeah,
It
that
feels
the
like-
lot you're
And
keeping,
it's only that way because of the right-of-way, in my mind. 47 needs
Yes,
to be,
the
47 needs to be
confusion,
tied
yes.
to the right-of-way.
Yes.
But I don't know how the deed's written.
Yeah.
What-
Doesn't matter.
what, sorry if you can't hear, what we're discussing is just that it's a little confusing that the existing lot is lot 47.
Correct.
The proposed subdivision is 47.1 and 47, and we're
Correct.
saying that 47.1 is gonna continue to have access, and 47 is not.
We will require.
And it would be it would make a lot more logical sense if the numbers were flipped. If this was proposed 47 and this was proposed 47.1.
Okay.
Is there any reason why, if we had a continuance, you went to Amanusic and just asked them to flip this for a plan? And would that be possible on your end?
As I said, it's possible on my end.
Yeah,
The easy part is it's a phone call to Andy Fisher.
yeah.
The other part of it is I'll just drive up here a month from now and then drive home.
So is the right-of-way reference 47?
Yeah.
Or does it reference,
I don't know.
Do you know,
Yes, the right-of-way is referenced in both deeds.
but is it tied to the lot number 47, or is it?
No,
Okay.
because,
Chain of title.
because the reference to the right-of-way is in a 1935 deed and a 1954 deed.
Yeah.
And it just, and all iterations beyond there simply incorporate the language of those two originating
Yeah.
deeds.
okay, I guess.
So if it's not in the deed, in my mind, it's just our own minds
Yeah,
tying it together, and it's really irrelevant?
yeah, if it referenced the deed, referenced 47, then
Yeah.
absolutely, I would agree.
And again, if I could just add to this, the reference in the deed that is now lot 47, unsubdivided, says, together with a right-of-way over an old logging road for purposes of ingress and egress. It was written by, obviously, two different attorneys, but the logging road remains the same. It's the only logging road in the area.
I have a question while we're on this. Does this road pathway extend at all into proposed 47?
No,
Zero of this road goes into 47.
correct.
I don't know how to word this clearly. It's just kind of messy. We're having a little bit of a, let's figure out this motion. Here's what I've got written. Motion to approve the plan as presented with the stipulation that proposed new lot 47 shall not have access via the existing right-of-way, parentheses, Coleman's Drive / Old Logging Road, end parentheses. And I don't know if it just ends there, and then I was starting to write, and then the new lot 47.1 continues to have deeded access.
Yeah, I don't know if that part's necessary. I mean, to me, I don't know.
It's just confusing with 40, it's fine.
I will put it because the more explicit that that you are in this issue, the better for the future.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to throw
I
that in
mean, it
there.
doesn't hurt to do it.
Do you say continuing to have access, or?
47-1 continues to have access to.
Yes,
Okay.
that sounds good.
Oh, 47 continues, yeah, well, yeah, continue, yeah. 47.1 continue to have access because it's 47.1, which is also a new lot, yeah? I don't say the word continue, I would put it be accessed by Coleman Drive, parentheses, Logging Road, parentheses, whatever it was the name, be accessed, no continue. Because, in reality,
Can be.
this is in here,
Needs to be
but
continued.
the house or anything
Continue.
It's not there.
Otherwise, it makes it
Be
sound.
access.
And we're adding.
Yeah.
It's more
Yes,
needed
it is.
word than
Right.
continue.
Yes,
Because
that's
right
What
now,
is the word, what access?
be access.
Be access.
By the Coleman Drive, parentheses, Logging Road, parentheses, whatever the other things that you call it, yeah.
I think what I'm thinking is a continuance. I think, and hear me out, what I would like, because what we write in the minutes here, and, you know, we vote, it just is all in-house Albany. This is what gets recorded in Carroll County Registry of Deeds for all future this is the public record that people are gonna pull up and reference. What I'm thinking I want is on this plan for it to say 47-1 does not have access to this right of way on the plan, which means a continuance because we need that from Amanuensis. While we're at it, may as well have them switch these numbers, 47 and 47-1, just to make it more clear, I think. Does that sound reasonable, or?
I will say yes.
I do want it on the plan. I want it on this plan that 47-1 does not have access to this right of way.
Yeah, I just thought we could come up with a motion that potentially we could pass upon legal. And if we could do that, that would save Mr. Kennison from coming back up here.
Mr. Kennison doesn't need to be here.
I know.
And I also, if I could offer another suggestion, when I was discussing this with Andy, he said, I have not sent the board the plats. And if they want to add a condition, I can put that on the plat. And it seems to me without having, if it is approved with that condition and you get a plat for signing which has the condition, has it not satisfied your concerns?
Right.
Yeah, that does sound reasonable.
If we do that, I mean,
Yes.
That sounds reasonable.
Condition.
The better chance of
Conditional
passing.
approval.
Yeah.
So conditional approval, let's say we're gonna swap the numbers, please.
okay, okay.
Could we please swap the numbers?
If Andy's gonna add the condition, I'm sure he can swap the number.
Yeah,
And we'll have the condition of, on the plat stating explicitly that 47-1, well,
47,
Will be.
47,
will become
47.
47-1. The Coleman lot, let's just call it, will not have access to the deeded right of way.
I'm sorry, could I just, so I can give it to Andy, can you just?
I'm
read
gonna
that?
type it up and then I get it.
Okay.
So a motion for conditional approval.
Do I need to withdraw my motion?
Yeah, let's withdraw.
Withdraw?
I'll make a motion here and we can just kind of collectively, or you can ultimately make it, but let's just work through the wording together. A motion to conditionally approve the plan as presented. How are we gonna write to flip the numbers? It's just so goofy.
Subject to change the numbers in the.
Yes, subject to, yes.
Change the
thank you.
numbers in the plan, switch the number, subject to switch numbers for the loads, yeah? 47.
Just looking for the north arrow direction, are we?
Down lower right.
Oh, okay. So that the easterly lot is 47, and the westerly lot is 47.1. How about that?
Sir,
Yes.
tell me, I mean, this is more a personal question than anything like that. Is it possible for me to walk this driveway? Because I live here, yeah.
Oh.
Then I have a friend that lives in here, but I mean, I know this is a part of the going into 16 is a private road that we cannot drive, and there was one guy that I even say that I cannot walk. Really tell me, because I mean, it's just to walk to 16 and the tour, but is it possible to walk that road?
To walk Coleman's Drive?
Yes.
I mean, I have no objection. I know Mr. Coleman, the part that is paved, which is his driveway to his house, I know he does have cameras, so if you see anything that gets activated or a light goes on, that's probably what that is.
Never mind, you know, I just say I'm curious
I
because.
don't have any objection. You will notice it's very clear where our driveway begins and his driveway ends. His is paved, ours is not.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, I mean, it's, I like to walk around my neighborhood sometimes, you know, I mean, everybody knows me in the neighbor, you know, in Ball Hill, and, I mean, because they see me walking, I met people walking, yeah.
Okay. Let me read this out. Motion for conditional approval for the plan as presented, subject to the following. Switching the proposed lot numbers so that the proposed easterly lot will be map 6, lot 47, and the proposed westerly lot will be map 6, lot 47.1. And that the plat to be recorded will state that the proposed map 6, lot 47.1 shall not have deeded access or any access via the existing right-of-way to current map 6, lot 47. The existing right-of-way of current map 6, lot 47. You want me to read it again? Does it sound confusing?
One more time.
So the first part, switch the numbers, easterly lot, map 6, lot 47, westerly lot, map 6, lot 47.1. And that the plat to be recorded will state in writing That the proposed map 6 lot 47.1 shall not have deeded access or any access via the existing right-of-way of current map 6 lot 47. Do we want to put in that any development of map 6 lot 47.1 shall only have access off of Drake Hill Road?
I think so.
I don't know that we need to,
I don't know that.
and I say that just, well, I guess, yeah.
Just because we've already covered that you
Yeah.
can't.
I agree, I don't think we need to either.
The only thing I question is any access. I mean, you can walk
That's
to
true,
the drive.
Right.
that's true. Shall not
I was
have
thinking
deeded
that too.
access, that's probably, yeah, I agree, thank you. Shall not have deeded access. I'm gonna put on existing right away the parentheses Coleman Drive / Waltwood Bogging Road. And then I'll read it again. Is it Coleman or Coleman's?
Coleman's,
With an S,
with an S,
no apostrophe.
no apostrophe.
And it's not there on the
It's not,
deed, so
yeah.
he needs to put the S there. Or on this plat.
Coleman, no S, right?
It's Coleman.
That's what
I drive by it every day, I should know.
Yeah, and I drive by it every time I go in there, but I don't look at it anymore. I thought I had that, but
Let's, can we maps Google?
I'm looking
Would
at,
be-
yeah.
You trust
I
Google?
think they drive down
I
there.
don't know, yeah, I know.
Go look at our tax map.
It does have an S on Google.
Or I can pull up the tax map. Let's see, pull up the tax map.
But Google's been wrong before.
Yeah. No doubt, my driveway is
Oh,
listed as Acorn.
tax map, Colman.
Yeah.
No E.
I think it's
That's the
Coleman,
tax
I think
map.
it's actually Coleman, 14 Coleman, yeah, I think it's,
Coleman,
I've seen the address, 14 Coleman Drive, yeah.
Coleman, no
Coleman,
S.
No S.
Yeah, I think so.
But there is an E.
There's an E.
What's that?
Yeah.
It was on the tax, it didn't have an E.
Oh, yeah.
The tax map, the tax card might be different, but the maps, the tax, I've learned tax maps have many errors.
Oh, yeah.
They're not the final word. All right, so we're going with Coleman, no S, no apostrophe. Okay, so here's the thing. So we're switching the numbers and then the second part. And that the plat to be recorded will state in writing that the proposed map 6, lot 47.1 shall not have deeded access via the existing right-of-way, parentheses, Coleman Road / Logging Road of current map 6, lot 47.
Coleman Drive.
Drive.
Coleman Drive. Thank you. Is that, anyone want me to read it again? Is that?
One more
please,
time.
Okay.
my writing's not as fast.
Okay, here's the whole motion. A motion for conditional approval, of the plan as presented, subject to the following. switching the proposed lot numbers so that the proposed easterly lot will be map 6 lot 47 and the proposed westerly lot will be map 6 lot 47.1, and that the plat to be recorded will state in writing that
Will state,
in writing
yep,
that the proposed map 6 lot 47.1 shall not have deeded access via the existing right-of-way,
got it.
parentheses, Coleman Drive / logging road, end parentheses.
Slash Old Logging Road?
Yeah, Coleman, parentheses, Coleman Drive / Old Logging Road. Correct, I just put logging road, old logging road. Coleman Drive / Old Logging Road of current map 6 lot 47.
Of current map lot 6.
Of current map 6 lot 47.
Okay.
I can send you a
Well, I
copy.
hope I have it.
I'll send you a copy of the minutes.
All right, that'd be great.
Okay. Any other editing, changing? All right, want to make a motion?
Motion to approve.
Okay. Okay. And Jim, second? Okay. So Brian is making the motion. The motion for conditional approval. James, second. All right, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? All those opposed? It carries. I just wanted to note it, I'm only opposing because I think we should have legal review.
Do you have my email address? Is that on the application?
I do not have your email address.
If you could email me that section in a minute, that would be great.
Yes. Treatment?
Frank dot Kennison, Kenison, @gmail.com.
Yes. And I'll email it to Andy as well.
Pardon me?
I'll email it to
Thank you.
Andy
I
as well.
appreciate it.
Alright. Oh, you know what? Sorry, we're just gonna do this again real quick. Not closing the public hearing. Public hearing is closed. We're gonna revote because you vote out of public hearing is the official step. So public hearing closed at 8:33. Alright. So we have a motion from Brian Bailey, a second from James Drew. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Nay. Motion carries. Done. You have your approval, conditional approval.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Great discussion.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Kennison.
Have a good evening.
You too, thank you.
Oh, you dropped your pen.
Oh,
Frank,
Frank.
Frank, you dropped your pen.
Your pen.
Well, it helps to have two hearings.
No further business?
Motion to adjourn?
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.